Well, Missouri has new guidelines on quarantine for students, teachers, and school districts. Your child can now avoid quarantine after coming into close contact with somebody who has COVID-19. However, only if your student's school district has everyone wear masks, as well as both your student and the person infected wore masks properly. State education leaders say the large number of students and staff needing to quarantine under the previous guidelines made providing education difficult, and the department just can't keep up.
As you heard the governor say, the procedures our schools have been following regarding quarantine are not sustainable. As we work to provide in-person learning opportunities for students and our families who need it the most. The large number of students and school staff members required to quarantine has presented a significant strain on educators, school leaders, and Missouri families alike.
Or along with the governor, said that the new guidelines for quarantining does not mean that everyone should stop following social distancing, hand hygiene, and mask rules. The governor also proposed a new law about COVID-19 liability. During the special session, he wants lawmakers to consider protecting essential workers against lawsuits for what he called simply doing their jobs. And a special mobile vaccine trial unit made stops along the metro today. The goal is to bring the COVID-19 vaccine trial to underserved and high-risk groups. The University of Kansas Health System joined forces with Children's Mercy Hospital and AstraZeneca, the company working on the vaccine, to make this possible. The unit made stops at Truman Medical Centers, the Health Partnership in Olathe, and the sites in the Wichita area. I want to take a look now at the coronavirus impact in both Kansas and Missouri. In Kansas, the state reported more than 5,600 new cases since Monday. That brings the total to more than 109,000 cases with more than 1,200 deaths. In Missouri, the state reported more than 4,000 new cases on Wednesday. That brings the total to more than 220,000 cases with just over 3,300 deaths. Meanwhile, the strain on hospitals is real right now. Take a look at your screen. This is numbers from the Mid-America Regional Council. About a month ago, on October 15th, about 30% of ICU beds were available in the 9-county metro. On Monday, just 16% of ICU beds were available. Hospital administrators say the real percentage may be even lower. Well, that's on top of staffing concerns at some hospitals in our area. And we aren't the only region seeing the coronavirus impact on hospitals. Several states say that they're running low on staff. ABC's Kenneth Moten has the details.
This morning, the coronavirus emergency getting worse by the hour. Lines of cars last night snaking into Dodger Stadium in California. The testing site's hours are now extended after a spike in cases prompted Los Angeles County to strongly recommend residents get tested. It comes as the country smashes daily virus records. 144,000 new cases reported yesterday, the biggest increase yet. More than 65,000 Americans now hospitalized, an all-time high. According to the COVID Tracking Project, healthcare systems are on the brink of being overwhelmed in these 9 states.
We're breaking records from April, which we didn't think we would be in a place like this come 7 months later. But I'm also worried that there is a sense of quarantine fatigue. People think it's over, it's rounded the corner when it's really not.
In New York, the governor is imposing a 10 p.m. curfew for bars, restaurants, and gyms. And gatherings in private homes will now be limited to 10 people.
If these numbers keep going crazy, you have some scientists who believe we're going to go back to a close down. I'm just praying that doesn't happen.
In Illinois, 4 suburban Chicago counties now face new restrictions on restaurants to stop the spread.
This is going to be a lot worse than it was last time around.
In the meantime, a new challenge in the fight against the virus, a lack of freezers needed for Pfizer's vaccine.
It's a unique, very different freezer. They're almost like unicorns in healthcare. They're far and hard to find.
Pfizer is expected to request emergency authorization for its vaccine as soon as next week. But the vaccine must be stored and shipped at 94 degrees below zero. FedEx is adding dry ice freezers to some trucks, and UPS says it's building freezer farms to help with distribution. Experts say getting the vaccine to rural areas will be the biggest challenge. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, New York.
Meanwhile, public school enrollment in Missouri is down this year 3.2%, or more than 27,000 students. The state education department says officials are trying to figure out if those students are homeschooling, going to a private school, or just haven't enrolled yet. Well, as coronavirus cases rise, there is a real concern about winter sports for high schoolers. In Missouri, the president of the Missouri State High School Activities Association says that the board's evaluating what winter sports will look like as the pandemic continues. Dr. Dan Clemens is also the North Kansas City School District Superintendent.
If we have an outbreak, we'll shut it down. And then if we are able to build it back, we'll do that. We may not be able to compete at times, but we'll still be able to practice, or we may not be able to practice. So it's going to kind of be an ebb and flow type thing through the season.
Well, the Kansas High School Activities Association has considerations and guidelines in place for schools to continue sports and other activities. You can find the list on the KSHSAA website. Several local districts have discussed their plans to have winter sports, including Blue Valley, Olathe, and Kansas City, Kansas. And tonight, one school district is having a special meeting to discuss if changes need to be made to how students are learning. The Lawrence Board of Education will hold a meeting at 5:30 to talk about the Douglas County reopening guidance and what the district should do next. It'll be streamed on the district's YouTube page. The Lawrence Douglas County Health Department's website says the current 14-day positivity rate in the county is just over 11%, with Lawrence's rate just under 11% as well. In less than an hour, the Lee Summit School District is going to hold a groundbreaking ceremony for its new middle school. The 100,000 square foot building is scheduled to open in the fall of 2022. It'll sit on 48 acres of land near Southeast Bailey Road and Country Lane. This will be the district's 4th middle school. And meanwhile, even though the Kansas City Chiefs are in a bye week, players are still being tested for the coronavirus. NFL Network reports one of the team's speedsters is now on the COVID-19 list. It is wide receiver Mecole Hardman. It's not clear if he tested positive or if he came into close contact with someone who has. Well, Hardman let Chiefs Kingdom know that he's okay on his Twitter account. He then asked fans to give him suggestions on what to watch since he's going to have some time on his hands. By the way, ESPN's Adam Schefter reports the Chiefs asked the NFL to look into an incident in which a union rep met with Chiefs players at the facility and was not wearing a mask. The NFL and Chiefs believe this could have put players at risk. ESPN reports the NFL Players Association looked into this matter and took action. It's unclear what that action was. Well, the Chiefs have some time before they get back on the field. They're on a bye this week, and they do not have a game on Sunday. They're going to return to action next week when they face the Las Vegas Raiders next Sunday night.